controls. My controls. Okay.
Alright, Tom. So we've made it out to the run-up area, and now we're going to do our engine run-up. Pretty much what we're doing is we're checking to make sure the engine and all the instruments are in good running condition before we take off. It's easier to fix a problem now while we're on the ground than create an emergency while we're up in the air. So you're going to start here, the run-up area check. So the controls free, clear, and correct. What you're going to do is you're going to push the stick full forward, and then over to one side. In this case, we'll go over to the left. Left aileron should go up. You pull it straight back. The elevator should go up. Move it straight over to the right. And the left or the right aileron comes up. Push it full forward. The elevator goes down. And then what you want to do is go ahead and wiggle the rudders right to left. And look back there to make sure we can see the rudder. And when you push on the right, move to the right. Push to the left, it should move to the left. So now we know we've hit all the edges of the control surfaces there, so we know there's no binding.
Okay.
Instruments, set altimeter, we already did that, 2984. Gas, fuel sector on fullest tank, we're going to go on the right tank for now. Attitude, trim set for takeoff. Trim indicators are right here on this airplane. I want to put the arrows on the green line. And make sure you do both elevator and aileron trim. Alright, so those are both set. Radios set, check OBS. We're not going to use any navigation equipment right now, but if you were, this time to set it. We're just going to go ahead and set our comm radios. So set to tower. And then you're going to do your run-up. So what you were looking for is before you can do your run-up, you need at least 122 degrees of oil temperature. Right now we have 100, so we got plenty, and then you can go ahead and do your run-up. You're bringing the throttle up to 4,000 RPM. Alright, here's 4,000 RPM. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn the key. I start with one click over to the left mag. Alright, and then bring it back to both. And then 2 clicks over right mag. And then 2 back to both. So what reason we're turning this here over to, 1 click over the left, we're looking at our tack here. And we want no more than 300 RPM drop. So you see we had about 100 RPM drop, 120. Bring it back to both. It should come all the way back up to 4,000. And then we click over to the right. That there, same thing, about 100 RPM drop. And then back to both. If we have anything greater than that, means there's something wrong with the engine. So it's a maximum of a 300 RPM drop for each mag, and then maximum 120 drop between the two. So they can't have a difference of more than 120.
Okay.
So then once we do that, then we're gonna check the engine gauges. This has a nice system on it. Any gauge that's in air, it's gonna either flash yellow or red at you. We have nothing flashing here. Everything looks good. The carb heat then. Go ahead and the carb heat's down here, and you pull it out, and it should show a slight drop in the RPM, which it did about 50, and then you bring it back into cold. And then you're going to check idle. So you're going to smoothly bring it all the way back to idle, make sure that the engine idles smoothly. The reason we do this is because when we come into land, we often pull the throttle all the way back, and if it wasn't running smoothly at idle, the engine could shut off. Alright, then safety, that's our seatbelts on, which I got my seatbelt on, you have yours on. The baggage stowed, everything looks good back there, tied down. And most important, lock the canopy right now. So make sure the canopy's in a down position, and I give it a little push, make sure it's not going to come open. The checklist is complete.
Okay.
Alright. Now, Tom, we're going to go and do the before takeoff checklist. We ran the engine up, it's all good. And before takeoff, lights, we're going to turn all the lights we're going to need on. That's a strobe light. And other lights is needed if you're going at night or something like that. You might have different light needs. Transponder, we want to set to alt. Just press ALT. There you go. Check, sweep the panel. Just kind of one last check. Make sure everything, you don't have any gauges are out of minimums. Make sure all the toggles are set. And they are. Check all the circuit breakers are set. And then fuel pump's going to go on. Flaps is required. We're going to go with 0 degrees flaps for takeoff today.
Okay.
And then that checklist complete.